City of Pittsburgh YouTube's channel, and welcome to the Standing Clean Pittsburgh Commission meeting for June 9th, 2022. My name is Lori Beth. My pronouns are she, hers, and I am the current co-chair of the Clean Pittsburgh Commission, along with Christopher Mitchell here with us today. Everyone's here with us today via Zoom, so thank you for joining us. We will open our meeting with our regular introductions, and then we'll go into reviewing the mission of the Clean Pittsburgh Commission and move into our agenda. So if Chris, if you'd like to go ahead and start, that'd be great.
Hi, everybody. My name is Christopher Mitchell. I'm co-chair of the Clean Pittsburgh Commission and anti-litter specialist for the City of Pittsburgh Department of Public Works. And I'll turn it over to Amiye.
Hi, my name is Amiye Quayle. I'm a recycling specialist with the City of Pittsburgh Environmental Services. My pronouns are she, her, and I will pass it along to Sarah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah Shea. I'm Deputy Director at the Pennsylvania Resources Council. My pronouns are she, her, and I also support the CPC with co-treasurer with Afton, who I know is not on here. I will send it over to Erin.
Okay. Erin did text me earlier. She's coming off of another meeting. She may not be able to join via audio right this moment, but she is with us. So thank you so much, Erin. And then I think Kelsey is our only other commission member on site right now. Everyone else is City of Pittsburgh staff. So thank you, City of Pittsburgh staff. And Kelsey.
Hi, Kelsey Ripper, Executive Director of Friends of the Riverfront, and pronouns are she, her.
Thank you so much. Okay, and someone has joined us by telephone. I don't know this phone number. Would you like to introduce yourself this morning? If not, no problem. That might not work. Welcome. We're glad that you are here and that you were able to make that work. I know we had a little bit of a Zoom link issue this morning, so we're getting started a little bit late, but that's okay. Our agenda, it is going to get a little bit shorter here in just 1 second. But first, I'd like to go ahead and share the mission of the Clean Pittsburgh Commission. We like to review our reason for being, as we feel that helps us stay focused on why we're all here today. The mission of the Clean Pittsburgh Commission is to act as a primary resource for addressing quality of life issues in Pittsburgh's communities through waste and recycling education, community cleanups, beautification, and ordinance enforcement. We coordinate communication to empower community organizations to maintain and improve neighborhood environments. We maintain strong communication with city departments and officials for support in addressing neighborhood problems. We facilitate collaboration between community groups, residents, and city government to reach the most effective solutions to neighborhood problems within the Commission's scope. And we coordinate work with local volunteer organizations and groups to support neighborhood cleanups. We use funds to address neighborhood problems on a citywide basis, and we work cooperatively towards the goal of zero waste in the city of Pittsburgh. So that's the mission of the Clean Pittsburgh Commission. Welcome Myrna as well to the meeting today. Myrna's with Allegheny Clean Waste. And hi. I want to make sure that you're on.
I'm going to go ahead and share my screen since our link on the event did not work. It's unlikely that anybody got our agenda for today either. We'll be working to fix this because I think we had a very similar problem last month too. So there's something weird going on with our calendar invites for everybody. So we have to fix that. So let me share my screen of today's agenda, and we will have to adjust it as Pittsburgh Center for Creative Reuse was not able to join us.
It is the end of the year for Pittsburgh Center for Creative Reuse. So we'll be happy to have them back with us at a later date that is better for everyone. So if we could have a motion to please approve this agenda with that change.
I'll motion.
All
I'll motion.
I can second that. And okay. So we do not currently have minutes available from last month. So we will move. We're just like going to go straight through the agenda. It's going to be awesome. So we're going to skip that one, and we already moved to skip the next one. And then we're happy to hear from Sarah Shea regarding the Act 101 proposed updates. So fast. Welcome, Sarah.
Well, thanks for having me, Lori Beth. So the Pennsylvania Resources Council, we recently, with a partnership with Penn Environment, released a report to review and provide recommendations to Act 101. Those who are not familiar with Act 101, it was a law Pennsylvania passed in 1988 to start recycling in the Commonwealth. Since then, the law really has not been updated. So it was very forward thinking back in 1988. But the state has fallen a little behind on being progressive as far as waste is concerned. There's been a number of iterations from the DEP to, other, not that I'm a fan of this word, but thought leaders in the, field that have looked at this act. And so PRC, we are just another one of those organizations that have more recently and just put out a handful of recommendations that we hope could be considered. One of the big ones that we're focusing on is the act itself only requires mandated municipalities, which are larger municipalities, about like more than 10,000 per population, or between 5 and 10,000, depending on density. You can look up more information on that or ask me questions if you have it, but they're only required to recycle 3 of a listed of 8 items. And that to us is just not, it's now that there are so many good markets for a select number of materials, municipalities and in turn, private recycling haulers shouldn't be allowed to, pull out valuable material from curbside recycling when they could recycle it, but it's just, they don't want to spend the money on recycling it. It's not required by them. So, it's not required by law, so they don't have to. So, and we would love to see a core, if not all materials, if a core list of materials that would be mandated to be recycled by all mandated communities. You're thinking cardboard, glass, plastic numbers 1 and 2, and what else am I missing? Metals, things like that. To have those not be recycled is just crazy. They're very recyclable materials. There's tons of markets. There's a number of other recommendations we have that really span the gamut from just looking at what's already in the law and what are we really not doing that we should be doing. There used to be a big proponent on education on recycling, and that, not that that's completely gone, but it's a little bit gone the wayside. And I think sometimes we devalue the importance of educating the public on why they should recycle, what is the benefits of recycling, not only to the environment, but to the economy. There was a nonprofit Penn Recycling Market Center that put out a study that showed that there are at least minimum of 66,000 jobs directly connected with recycling in the Commonwealth. And, indirectly, that's over 100,000. So, there's just a lot of benefits to recycling and wanting to make sure that we can educate the public on the basic things as far as like, what can you actually put in your recycling bin, all the way to like, why is this a value add for the residents? And then all the way up to more,
big picture stuff that's in the report. Things like looking at what a lot of other states are looking at, right to repair laws, extended producer responsibility laws, things that definitely run the gamut. So if people are interested, our report is at prc.org on our website. You can take a look at it. PRC is going to be working with Penn Environment over the summer to kind of start to do a little bit more of a push to get the information out and see if there is any traction on any of the things that we could really focus on. You know, there's 15 recommendations in there. You know, PRC doesn't think that 15 recommendations are necessarily going to happen, but if we can, you know, coalesce around a few of those, and I think get support, you know, from the state, from other nonprofits, from local municipalities, you know, maybe there's some footing we can get into some of those. So it is it's a meaty report. So you can also look at just the recommendations in the executive summary. And please feel free, anybody on the commission, if you do review anything and have questions, I would be happy to talk further with any organization or group. And I do want to thank the folks that were able to come out to the press conference. We did. Special shout out to Omo and Chris for making special appearances. Myrna, thank you for showing up as well. It's really great to have the support of other folks from the CPC. And it was great to see representation from Mayor Gainey's office, and as well as support from council member Erica Strasburger, who was unable to attend in person, but provided us with support. And so that it means a lot to us that there is support, not only among partners here, but from, you know, the administration themselves. And hopefully that's just a starting point to kind of start some bigger conversations. But yeah, does anybody have any questions?
Can you think of any way that the commission itself can help push this upward statewide? Is there any weight we have to pull levers or advocate upwards as a commission? Can you think of anything like that?
I mean, I think so. And I think as we, Chris, that's a great question. I think as we, with Penn Environment, because Penn Environment has a much stronger advocacy knowledge base and planning kind of strategy than PRC does. That's their strength. And I think that's going to kind of come together over the summer. And so I will definitely be updating folks as far as, you know, is it just making sure that we are keeping council members and the mayors, you know, other partners that we work with focused on if we have some goals that we'd like to see. And I mean, I look at the city as, you know, while it's a statewide, you know, it's a state law, and, you know, it can be tricky to make any movement in things that are that large, that there are things even without law change that can be pushed through like municipal ordinance, or even just to see like environmental services, the work that you guys have done and written in to try to, you know, push education is a big proponent of, you know, so people know, you know, where, what, where, how, all of those things, you know, so if it's even that it might not be policy oriented, if it's just making sure that those are a part of, you know, the things that the Clean Pittsburgh Commission does. But hopefully I'll have some more solidified like action steps in the coming months. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Sarah. Not to just let you or make you keep talking, but our next agenda item is updates from the Finance Committee, and I'm not certain there have been any real changes on that since last month.
No, and I think in Myrna, the one thing that I knew, so from the work that was done in March in Esplin, Myrna, I know that there were funds that the CPC needed to cover Allegheny Cleanways' cost. So I'm not sure if that moved anywhere since then. I know the PRC was able to cover our costs through the community development block grant funding we had, so we will not need to be requesting staffing funds from the CPC. But that was the one thing that I wasn't sure if we still needed to kind of work through to make sure that we are in a process to, excuse me, get Allegheny Cleanways, your staff time covered.
If possible, yeah. We do have CDBG funding also, so we could. Is Esplin CDBG? I'm not even remembering if that is. Sorry, I should have been prepared for that question. But yeah, so we could possibly use it for that. We are working in several neighborhoods, several CDBG communities though, so that's what we were using the CDBG funds for. But yeah, it's not a huge deal. If we can get it through the CPC, that would be great.
Oh, I mean, it's approved, and I think for you guys, for PRC, we're not currently, that was able to be covered. We didn't have anything outstanding that we were also working on to use those funds for, and the cost for the e-waste came in lower than we had anticipated. So that's the only reason why we went in that space, but not to speak for the whole commission. I will figure out how we get, and I think Afton provided me the information, and I'm sorry that this seems just is a sticking point for me to figure out how all this process works, but to get an invoice from you to who it needs to go to so we can get Clean Waste's time covered.
Sure, thank you. That it's not a huge deal, and we did receive the check from PRC to cover the dumpster, so that was a big cost. Honestly, that was helpful. Thank you.
So Afton and Sarah, as our finance committee, they will we're just continue to figure out how the process is to spend the money. On that note, and regarding future guest speakers, I want to do a couple of quick updates. We do hope to have someone come. Obviously, Afton is very knowledgeable about this, but we are hoping to have someone come from DPW procurement to, again, review with us what we're supposed to do after we have approved commission expenditures and how to make sure people get paid in a timely fashion. I think there's invoicing or something that has to go on, but we're gonna keep learning about that because it's by amount and we're gonna do it. It's gonna be great. Also regarding upcoming guest speakers, the agenda specifically lists that hopefully we'll have an addition to the commission soon from Mayor Gainey's office and a representative come to our meetings from that with an update. We will also be scheduling our annual meeting with the mayor's office for sometime in July or August. So please stand by to see information coming out about that. So that and that. Oh, and we'll have our annual ethics training coming up. I think we'll do like a short-ish meeting, and then everyone who doesn't need the ethics training that we had to do here at the last minute at the end of May can hop off, and everyone who does need to stay for that will probably be able to set that up with the law department also in July, August, September, sometime around in there. And we'll have a month without a standing second Thursday meeting as well as we usually do for our general summer break, I guess. So those are some of those updates. Also regarding a quick ballot bin update. The ballot bins at the city county building should be placed somewhat soon. I'd say within the next couple of weeks. And once that is done, we would like to put together a tiny press conference. So if you are interested in attending that press conference, check your email and we'll find out when it's going to be. We don't know that quite yet, but and then we will move from that onto with the ballot bin subcommittee to set up a meeting to go over the question suggestions that Chris has gotten from applicants and from Redditors, awesome Pittsburgh Redditors who were nice, very nice and good with the ideas. So that was very fun this week. And Heck, that's all I have for updates as we move into updates. See, wasn't that a seamless transition?
I have two updates on what we just talked about on two different things. One, for the budget, we have Allegheny City Electric for our cameras. That invoice has been submitted and paid, so we can update that in our spreadsheet there, as it's listed currently as unpaid. And for the ballot bins, we did talk to our communications person in DPW this morning who would help set up the press conference, and they had a good suggestion of going ahead and taking the submissions we have for applications, which we have 24 from the Avenues of Hope and Nighttime Economy districts that we initially reached out to. So we have 24 to start with there that we always wanted to give them preferential treatment, and it'd be actually even nicer to go ahead and distribute those first so that they're in use by the time we do go to the press, have a conference and things like that. I think may generate a little bit more buzz after people see them and notice them and interact with them. Then with the remaining 9 we'd have left, or possibly more, depending on where these submissions are asking, because some may be located, there might be 5 for Lawrenceville, and we'll want to spread that out a little bit more, but we may have somewhere between 9 and 15 to start sharing out with groups that don't qualify as Avenues of Hope or Nighttime Economy that we still want to work with. And that's going to be our point to solicit those applications after we've already established the ones who have already applied. So we'll work next steps. And I agree with our communications person that that's a good idea. I think it'll be a more fun story to have those already out there and in use. So next steps is going through the applications we already have, choosing locations with those groups, going through the hundreds of great submissions from Reddit, and choosing some of those to go ahead and get printed out and ready to deliver with the bins that we're going to do next. So we can move up our timeline on when we can move next, or when we can meet next to make these decisions and not have to wait on that press conference, because we'll do that afterwards. So if you're on that subcommittee, expect another email very shortly for our next meeting.
Thank you, Chris. Okay. Moving right along. We're here for all other member organization updates. What have we got today, Kamish?
Go ahead, Sarah. Were you going first? Oh, okay. We have another seldom seen cleanup coming up on Sunday, I believe it is. So I think I mentioned this before, but Danny was very smart when she moved everything out of the vegetative areas of the hillside and staged it, and now it's just getting it, from those piles out of the greenway. So it really, the more people we have, the more daisy chaining we can do, the more carrying we can do. So a good crowd would be great this time. And we should be unveiling our new database and map soonish, which will allow people to report their catch basin adoptions to on our map. It's a fairly cumbersome way that they have to do it right now, but that should be streamlined. And there are probably a million other things that's going on that I'm forgetting. We are hiring someone to replace Danny. We'll actually be posting a couple of other positions soon as well. Thanks.
All right. PRC is currently at Arts Festival. So if you're down at Arts Festival, look for the green team and use compostables if you're going to use stuff, or just reusables. But make sure you're putting stuff in the proper container, compostable recycling.
We're also going to be at Pizza Fest on Sunday, everybody, at East End Brewing. If you really like pizza, you can also be waste conscious while you're doing it. Other stuff, collection events and all that good stuff, and workshops. And thanks everybody and Chris for sharing out stuff, our workshops and everything through the Clean Pittsburgh Commission page. And, you know, that's all like greatly appreciated. And yeah, just working with OMO and stuff down at the city and collecting some e-waste and
Yeah.
all good stuff. We're happy to be getting set up and getting stuff like situated and everything to collect e-waste from the city. And we did start meeting with some council members to talk to them about community e-waste collections looking forward to the fall. So those probably will be end of summer, early fall that will roll out. And I believe it's 4 of those that we're going to be doing in different communities. So maybe we can do another partnership or look to the CPC if there's support for subsidizing certain costs for stuff. Maybe that would be something we can look into later.
Yeah, I'll jump in on that. Thank you for queuing that up, Sarah. Yeah, we've got a lovely relationship, always touching base with PRC to help, you know, get keep stuff from entering our environment in a nasty way, right? So we do have our first HHW collection coming up on the 18th. I guess it's part of our soft launch period. I do want to touch base with you, Sarah, to see where we are. Well, probably Josh and Gavin, about how the registration is going and what kind of press we can help. If you need help, wow, can I talk today? If you need help getting those, getting people registered, we are willing to get that out there. So, and yeah, we're looking forward to making a big push and letting people know more widely once we get this first HHW collection under our belts, you know, maybe work out some kinks if they present, and moving forward from there. But we're very excited to finally have operations back up and running for collecting these nasty materials. So yeah, that is great. I think that's it from the city of Pittsburgh right now, I guess.
An update, one for this month's newsletter going out, a lot of volunteer opportunities, which is great, that we definitely want to include all that. So as I send out the solicitation, please send us as many volunteer opportunities you have. We're also this month going to have a section for job opportunities, because I know everybody right now is hiring. We've got a lot of vacancies and a lot of work to do. So we're going to include that as well. So we'll have a section specifically for that. So include that on the solicitation. Another update out of our office with the Gainey transition report coming out. One of his goals outlined in the transition report is going to be a anti-litter campaign. We've learned a lot in the past couple of years about the weird ways that anti-litter campaigns can backfire, can create more litter, all these. So we have a lot of rules, and we've got a lot of materials from the 2019 Litter Summit we participated in, the PA Litter Action Plan. We have a lot to draw from here, from the ways that we've all participated, and we're going to be putting something together out of our office first, but we do want, when we're closer to having a framework, to have some Clean Pittsburgh Commission collaboration on that. What would you like to see? We wanted to fit the mayor's message and everything like that. We do believe that there will be a budget along with this, so it may be TV, radio, a lot of different ways, avenues of this campaign. It's just starting, so I expect by next month to have a lot more to say, but just putting that on everybody's radar.
I'm muted. I see a hand. I thought I saw a hand, but it's clapping. Thank you for clapping. We love clapping. Okay, Aaron Tobin is in waiting room, got booted, but there aren't any Pittsburgh Parks Conservancy updates at this time. So I don't know if we can get her back in here, but if not, I don't think it's a big deal at this point. Is there anything anything we haven't addressed? I don't know if I'm doing it right or wrong, but it seems like our meetings have been going real fast. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we were supposed to have more with the PCCR. Unfortunately, they were not able to make it. We will reschedule. So apologies for the short meeting, but we've all got stuff to do, so that's okay.
I don't know that you ever have to apologize for a short meeting.
I know.
I think that, yeah, we are efficient and that's good.
Killing it. Okay. In that case, I guess we'll just take a motion to adjourn.
I'll motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Thanks, everybody. It was lovely to see all your faces. Keep an eye out for all those emails, including making sure you submit your information to Chris for the newsletter. Please and thank you.
Thanks. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you soon. Bye.
Thank you.